X1.
Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here, back in the Gauntlet of 0608. Got playing around trying to get some hover plates to work. Hover plates to work. And this little guy, he seemed about the most logical one to start with. Start small, see how they work. See where oh, there's a nice one, eh? Bugged right out. It was missing a block when that come back. And it just tweaked out like that. I've been seeing that from time to time. That's why I wanted to record these test runs. There's others before this, of course. But yeah, I just wanted to get that recorded so people would know what I was talking about when I say that. I can refer them to the video. But yeah, these hover plates, they takes quite a knack of drifting pretty much. You notice that in the turn there, sideways slide. Took me a lot of tries to get this thing even to fly and handle as good as I could. And it's only like 8 pieces. But it does work very good for what it is. Like the size and how well it handles. The hills are a pain though. It always wants to throw it sideways like that. That's something I'll have to work on. Which does pretty much fly. Falls slowly. That's not too bad. 53. Yeah, you see I've already done a little better than that the first time I tried this. I think it was the first run too. I just lucked out and got a clean run right through it. And I changed a few things up here and try some spoilers or front fins, whatever you want to call them on it. See how that works. Seems to have helped quite a bit. Unless I'm just getting more practice up the track, and that's what's making the difference. Now if I just keep it from tapping the ground there, you'll notice it dipped down at the front. If I could get rid of that issue, oh, that issue hurts too, then it would work out a lot nicer. So that's probably my big goal, is to eliminate that issue and that. So there's the top two anyway. And it's getting swirly. Okay, we got 3 now. 3 goals I'm trying to eliminate. Bumping the ground, wild control, or no control. Ah, crap, what was the third one? Forgot it already. I don't know. Anyway, there's things I gotta work on. Oh no, my video screwed up. Oh no, it's back. Yeah, I'm doing voiceover. I was playing this to kill time while the kids were home, so they make too much noise to record with them while they're awake. As you can see, this just got worse. That front little nose spoiler or whatever, not worth the time. I can tell it's going bad. Little tap 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 looks like a frickin' bird pecking away at food. I was hoping that wheel in the front there would have really helped things along, but I don't know if it has really. Yeah, this one touches better. I'll try something here. I don't know. Could work, but I got a weird feeling it's not gonna put the pivot point way out too far in front. It's just gonna spin around like a top. It's not as bad as I thought, but it's that kind of idea though. Oh, and we tweaked out again. That's why you don't do crack, kids. Let's see if we can just swap around here a bit. Yeah, maybe. Didn't really get a good try last time. We'll give it another run. Yeah, as soon as it goes wrong, it goes horribly wrong. See if I can save at least a bit here. Yeah, not looking too healthy though. That's about enough. That's not right. There's the one I want. Oh, do 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 do. I think we're gonna probably have to ditch that front wheel, because it ain't doing me any favors. Not sure what to try instead though. Balance maybe. Does. A little slower than the Ghost. I also found it's not the last Ghost that I finished the course in that I'm always following. I think the last time I really paid attention, it was the very first pass I made. That was the Ghost that I was chasing the whole time. But I had sped my times up quite a bit by then. By the time I had noticed it. I'm talking 5 or 10 seconds faster. Which is good, because honestly I don't like being anywhere near the Ghost. I'd like an option to be able to turn that off. There's been many a time where I get so close to maxing out a tech's potential. You're just fighting for them points of a second. Tenths or 100ths of a second. And when you got your Ghost right there, it's just in the way. I was getting that a lot when I was trying to break my personal best. It'd take me like 3/4 of the longer track just to start it disappearing, because it's so hard to gain time on it. But that's part of the challenge, I guess. This thing's starting to look like one of those bikes out of Star Wars. It's gotta be a good way of doing it though. You can't let the hills wreck it for hovercraft. Yeah, I think we also have the rudders. That's supposed to be removed out of this track. But I don't know, I think we should, I've suggested that we have a track like this, exactly like this, but allow all the blocks, just like the other track. I don't know, they want this one as a tutorial, which is a good idea, I like it. Really good idea, and they want to limit it to just driving tests. But why does it only ever have to have driving tests? Why not the more experienced players? Maybe they get the option to just skip the tutorial version and have everything to try. So I'd make it like a test track, so you can try your tech out on a little 40 or 50 second run before you take it to a longer track. Because the other one, I think the fastest I've ever done it, well, actually I don't want to say, but we'll say it was under 120 by a bit. So that was pretty hard time to beat. That's a longer track. Now, if we just get these hover pads to not do that hop so bad, like this constant hover all the time, no bounce, I think that would really help things from me. Like, that's what's causing it. It's a bit of that bounce that naturally happens with the hover plates, and then with my tech driving forward off a little bit of a jump, a raise thing, stuff like that. I think that's why I'm slamming in the ground, pitching forward, slowing me down. So, yeah, you probably heard him. The little guy over there start getting into the game while I'm trying to do a voiceover real quick. But anyway. So yeah, a little more strength on the hover pads, or even just have it even out, so there isn't that pulse kind of to it, the bounce. I think that'd be a big help right there. Unless that's how it's intended, I don't know, maybe that's where they want them to work. I just figured it would be a bug of some sort. I've never really used the hover pads much, so it's still kind of new to me. Well, I got a little bit of experience under my belt now after today. They work really good for these. hard to make them super fast, but I tried there. Well, I guess that's the next part coming up. I did these a little different. As you can see, I've had a few runs. Can't say I never tried. See, for here, I think we need like a 45-degree hover plate that we can mount onto the block to help climb the hills. That's what I'm kind of trying to fake out with the hover pads at the front there, but as you can see, it works a little bit, but not enough. Right in through here, I usually get a little roughness, yeah, right there. There is kind of a fine line you can follow through the course, and it's like a more even terrain, not so bumpy and jumpy. So it does help a little bit, but for the hover tech, it's hard to follow. You gotta turn every second exactly the same just to hope you can get close to where you want. And I'm not so good at that. I'm hoping to hover right down in there. Nice. Yeah, no sense really recording that time. It doesn't beat the first one. Or best one. I don't think that was my first run. Could have been. I doubt it. Yeah, this thing with a little pilot error here and there, I can still get some extra time out of this. I don't like giving up too early. I might just lose out on a good design by doing that. Maybe it just needs a few different blocks, a couple small touches. Little things. I'm kind of a stickler for stuff like that sometimes. I just don't give up on something. Sometimes maybe I should have. Waste my time here and there once in a while doing that. As you can see, it's getting a little better. Didn't have to turn right sideways to get up that hill. Now with the added weight on the front, I'm hoping it lowers, like I drop down enough to get right under. Nice. That's a good time too. 46.104. That's one keeping track of. Oh, it's a new first. Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here again, back playing some Dying Light, that's another game I'm playing. Terra 0608, a new update that just came out this morning that surprised me. Well, I headed straight for the Gauntlet and I got playing. Still can't load techs in yet, but hopefully soon. But anyway, I got the idea of playing with hover plates and such today, so this is what I ended up with. And if you can see up top, that's my best time so far. It's actually been pretty good. That was just my last turn, and I didn't realize it. Yep, didn't record that. So I'm going to take another run through and hope for the best. As you can see, it's pretty good. For a hover car, I think it's... Oh, that's driver error. Oh. So it's not really getting caught up on too much. The problem that I've noticed though is when you're in the air, the steering doesn't seem to work. Like, there's this part up here coming soon. It's more of a push than, I don't know, maybe I got too many of them on here all at once. You do have to hit things square though. So right about here is where I'd really like some boosters, but that just weighs things down. Well, that's not really the time I had last, so I'm going to try that again, once or twice. Turn that down. I don't know why I had it so loud, I'm trying to drown myself out. I know if I can keep from getting hitched up on the ground there, I can do better than that. Another thing I've noticed is this update, and there's sometimes when I go to restart, there's blocks that don't attach, like even mid-track restart. And then after that, it just goes weird. flips my guy out, tweaks out after he starts the gauntlet. So far, yeah, this is not too bad of a run, I don't think. A lot of with the hover stuff I found is you gotta hit, oh, see, it wasn't just square with the hill. That little bit of too much weight on one pad, and it screws up your whole run right at the end. Damn it. See, even there, hit square pretty much, and it just kind of glided. Pretty slick. I'm gonna try that again. I know I can do better. I don't really want to add any boosters or nothing to it, because that just seems to really screw with things. I tried different variations so far, and all it did is make my tech want to spin around uncontrollably, or it was too controllably, and it was just way too touchy, so it wasn't really worth the few extra mile an hour when you can't finish the lap anyway. Next challenge is, we'll hit a little better there, is to get this tech into the other track. Yeah, I was shooting for over this way. Seeing the handles ramp is pretty good too. See that? I couldn't steer it to straighten it out. Oh, that was a good time. Another tip, this is what I've been doing to keep track of my ghost runs for an upcoming contest. Just name your tech whatever, but make sure you leave enough room for the time. That way, when you go back through your folder and that, you don't have to load one by one, check it out, or I did that. I just lucky I only had like 3 or so. But no, just for fun, I am gonna try a booster right thing. Oh, actually I gotta do that different, 'cause I got no fuel. This probably ain't gonna work out very good, but I can see explosions in my future. See what that does for me. It still hover? Perfect. Now if that rocket will stay lit the whole time, that'll be, oh, it's not gonna. Turn it, turn it, turn it! Oh, not turning it. Alright, slip through there somehow. Okay. Okay, that really wasn't worth it. I don't know what. That extra weight slows me down pretty bad. Oh, there it goes. What the heck was going on before? Was it an incline or something? Oh, this will test it out. Oh, it goes up that fairly good. Yeah, this is definitely not worth it. Seeing as I can't get the propellers in this, that really puts a hoiting to me. That's actually how it ended up being this way. Nope, don't want that name the same. 58, still not. What? Is it 58 or 46 there? I don't know. Not a good time anyway. I don't know, any time with a hover tax finishing it, I think fairly decent. So yeah, I'm gonna ditch that. That just was not worth the effort. Oh yeah. See right there, propellers on the back there would have been nice. Maybe a few propellers throughout. Alright, so what I might do is load that in a little bit. See if I can get a little extra push. And hopefully it doesn't cost me in speed. So yeah, now it's getting to be a little bit like a brick. No, it's not too bad. It just goes weird from time to time. Or it just, I don't know, maybe it's because it's slightly bouncing off the ground. I don't know why it shouldn't really make a difference, but you get used to it, actually. Oh, too close to the line. Yeah, I knew it. Wasn't, no, something went weird. I lost something, I think. Yeah, I gotta get that figured out better. See, can't steer. Back up though. Might as well finish this one out. I think something fell off, so I don't know if that was all of it or just there's a bunch of driver error there too, so. Okay. Nice clean run. That's what I'm after. Come on. Seems like it might only steer when the wheel's on the ground. That wasn't a nice clean run. Might have put some clean, dirty runs in other spots, but hit a tree in a car of any sort. There we do. Yeah, I found this to be the most quick path for this thing. Nice. 43. I'm liking that time. I don't know if I can do any better than that. If I can keep it from bumping in a few spots maybe, but that's probably the only way. No, it's 2 seconds home. 1.5 we'll say better. One more try, see if we can do it any better. I hit that first little spot. It's all about the driver at this point. You can hit the hills better, the faster you'll go, less. Oh, that's the same damn spot I hit. I'm not even going to justify that with a finish. Do a quick restart, and I think this is about the last run for this guy. I don't know if I even remember how to build them for the other track. Might have to wait until they can be loaded. Oh, slid through it, luckily. Doing too bad, just clipping around about 90 as an average, I'd say, except for hills. Oh, bad landing. That screwed my time right there. I would have dodged around that a wee bit. Well, I'm still coming pretty close though. Ooh, I don't know what I would have been with that one. Alright, one more run. Where's my mouse? I lost it. My mouse ran away. Got all feared of the speed. The speed. If I could get one of these things to clip around here about 130 and controllable, that'd be pretty sweet. Need propellers and wings and stuff for that, rudders. Well, this run ain't going as smooth by any means. Lost my time right there. Not even worth finishing. Yeah, darn. No. Now it's just a bad run. We'll see what happens. You know what? I'm going to try ramps this time. Good thing he can get in between them. Oh, took that one like a champ. That was pretty slick. I get more impressed by this little Texan every time. Yeah, it's this home stretch where I need some rocket power. I need an extra 15 mile an hour all of a sudden. But anyway, those are my hover runs. Well, some of my better hover runs through the Gauntlet home run track. So until next time, everybody, have a good one. Bye.